What I love about watching the Paralympics is you are seeing a group of people who probably, growing up, were never described as being strong or being sporty, as being confident. And yet you see them on the world stage as these amazing Paralympic athletes. And I just think, you can turn your life around. You can do things that nobody thought was possible. And that is what the Paralympics demonstrates. My name is Stef Reid, and I compete in the long jump. I always loved sports as a kid. That was just my thing. And my original dream was to be an international rugby superstar. And when I was 15, I was in a boating accident, which was obviously really scary. And, there were a lot of serious injuries. And I was very, very lucky. I was lucky to survive. I was lucky that it wasn't worse, but it did mean that part of my right leg had to be amputated. And that changed everything. And you kind of had to readjust your goals. I didn't know if sport was going to be a part of my life anymore. I didn't know what life was going to look like. I was introduced to this entire new world. I remember just being it was the London 2012. We had this huge food tent. There's no other place in the world where you will see a greater variety of people simply moving, getting around. You will see it all. There were so many different ways, using different limbs, different modes of transportation. It was just so eye-opening and so amazing. And again, it just solidifies that point that there are so many different ways in life to be successful. And it's almost just freeing people to just pick the one that works for them. Don't do it like someone else. Do it your way. I think for me, because I was disabled later on in life, I have that experience of having a foot in both camps. I know what it's like to be an able-bodied person and think, oh, disability is not relevant to me. I'm able-bodied. And then suddenly acquiring a disability and life totally changing and realizing that it's not about whether or not you have a disability. It's about whether or not you want to live in a society that includes everyone. And so just bringing more of these topics to light and talking about them, I just think is really important. One of the biggest challenges for accessibility is that we have developed, this standard idea of normal. There is a normal way to move, there's a normal body type, and we base the world around that normal. And it's not that I find it disappointing, it's that I just think we are missing out on so much potential and so many opportunities for people to be successful simply because we're not willing to rethink how we do things. I have a variety of different legs, and I would always want to change in the change rooms or, behind a wall where no one could see, because I was uncomfortable with people looking at my leg. And just competing so many times, and you're forced to be in front of a crowd, you're forced to be on stage. When you stand up at a 100-meter start line, everyone's looking at you and there's nowhere to hide. And so I just kind of had to go through that process. It then led to other things. Just really simple things. And it's amazing what people pick up on. I'll never forget a friend that I had, a good friend, a few years ago, out of the blue, just commented, I think it's really amazing when you wear shorts in the summer and you're walking around and you don't even think twice about it. And I was like, you're right, I don't. But just other people seeing me comfortable and confident with what may be a slightly unusual looking body, I think that then empowers other people to know you can be different and that can be your superpower. But the defining factor, it's not what you have physically, it's the attitude of people and their willingness to be creative and make accommodations. And that changes everything.